Brightness, acidity, aromatics, versatility, ethereal. Those are some pretty enticing descriptors, don't you think? And what am I describing? Riesling. We often assume that Riesling is sweet, but this wonderfully aromatic grape produces wines that can be dry, off-dry, semi-sweet, and sweet. But no matter the style, Riesling offers beautiful, intense aromatics and high acidity. It drinks well, it pairs well with food, and it ages well. When I ask friends what they love about Riesling, they say everything. We now invite you to watch along, subscribe on our YouTube channel, and share with us what you love about Riesling. Riesling is one of the great wine grapes of the world. It's also one of the oldest grape varieties in the world, with its first mention going back to 1435, and there have been many names used for it. Johannesburg is used in Switzerland, and Raisin de Rhine in Alsace, Stradovetsky in the Czech Republic, and Lipka also in the Czech Republic, and Renski Riesling in Slovenia. These are just to name a few of the wonderful names used for Riesling. But Riesling originates from the Rheingau in Germany. And it's a half-sibling to many, many famous grapes, including Chardonnay, Gamay Noir, Colombard, Ferment, and Blaufränkisch. And why is that? Because they all share one parent, Gouais Blanc. So let's review some of the unique points of Riesling.
Riesling is an aromatic grape that is very high in acidity. It is used to make dry, semi-sweet, sweet, and sparkling wines. Riesling wines are usually very varietally pure, and they are seldom oaked. And it is a variety that is terroir expressive. So it is very, very influenced from where it is grown and the region it is grown.
Exactly. Riesling wines are often consumed when young. However, its high acidity, natural high acidity, and range of flavors really make it suitable for extended aging. You can age this for so long. Riesling makes a fruity and aromatic white wine with aromas that include apricot, nectarine, peach, honey, lime, jasmine, even petrol. Riesling usually has a crisp taste due to that high acidity.
So while Riesling prefers cooler climates, it is grown everywhere in the world. It is not the most planted grape in the world, but it can be found everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I say Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Hungary, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Slovenia, Croatia, Republic of Moldova, Bulgaria, Russia, Ukraine, Israel, California, Oregon, Washington State, Michigan, New York State, Canada, Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. And you think I'm finished, but it's even planted in China and Japan.
Shut the front door.
Seriously. So Riesling is actually the 20th most planted grape variety in terms of acreage. And Cindy, I know you went to Germany, the #1 spot for Riesling. So
I sure did.
More. Yeah, tell us.
Well, yes, absolutely. I just stuck close to the old world here. I didn't go to any place too dramatic. I chose a wine from the Mosel region, Nick Weiss, St. Urbanshof, Wiltinger Cabinet, 2018. Wiltinger is a well-known village in the Saar Valley of the Mosel region. And the Mosel region covers the valleys from the Mosel, the Saar, and the Ruhr rivers. I know someone German out there is going to put a comment. I'm ready for it. And many famous winemakers own vineyards in this area. And one of those winemakers is Nick Weiss, and he's a third generation of a winemaking family. His grandfather did start the winery in 1947. It's one of the premier estates in this equally premier region. Now, on the label is the word VDP.Ortswein. It's on the back, and it indicates that the Riesling is from very old vineyard parcels in the renowned wine growing villages in this region. And Wiltinger is the vineyard site. Then it says Cabinet. And Cabinet wines are specialties of the Moselle region, and the Riesling grapes are picked fully ripened. Their style is dry, light, fresh. This particular wine has 9% alcohol and just a touch of residual sugar. And I am really loving this. Sushi, tacos, It's light yet penetrating. I'm smelling yellow peach, apricots, nectarine, and it's very intense. And on the palate, some smoky notes, some petrol, crushed mineral. It's really electric and energetic. And I love the cabinet style of wines and highly recommend this one. $20, great price. So, Allison, what's
Where
in
did
your
I
glass?
go? Well, I selected a Riesling from Alsace, which is actually the second largest producer of Riesling. Alsace is located in the most northern part of France, near Germany, and it's a really narrow region. It's only about 31 miles wide and 118 miles long. And actually, it's the smallest region in France. 90% of the wine produced in the Alsace region is white wine, and of that white wine, Riesling is the king. So I have the Emil Bayer Our Tradition Riesling. It's a 2017 Riesling. It retails for $22. This is 11% alcohol, so it is a fully dry wine. There is no residual sugar in it. It is vivid and zesty. It's got notes of peach and apple, lime zest, and lovely mineral notes. I mean, when you've been talking, I keep like taking my little sips because it's just super lively and refreshing and dry and just sort of kind of lifting me up in the middle of the day, like something fresh. And, as much as I'm enjoying it now, it's a wine that I would have with fish. I'd have it with shellfish. I would have it with sushi. I would even up it and do it with chicken or other sort of game birds. So, I mean, it's a pretty versatile wine. So, Miss Christine, I know that you selected a wine from Canada, and we know that Ontario is the 6th largest producer of Riesling in the world. So tell us about the wine you picked.
Well, I'm a BC girl, so I selected a British Columbia Riesling from the Okanagan Valley. And Riesling here in British Columbia is the 4th most planted white grape. However, as you mentioned, Ontario, pretty famous for Riesling. It's the 2nd most planted grape variety in all in that province. And the province of Ontario is exceptionally world famous for our Riesling ice wines. So the wine I did today was from the lovely Time Vineyard. I love all these clocks everywhere. 2018 vintage. The Time Winery was founded by the grandfather of British Columbia wine. His name was Harry McWaters. He's the reason that the British Columbia wine industry has the reputation that it does now. He's held in exceptionally high regard. He founded his first winery in 1980, been a part of many, many, many successful wine ventures. And then he opened the Time Winery and Kitchen in Penticton in 2018. Harry celebrated his 51st vintage in 2018 before passing away in July 2019. So that was a real loss to British Columbia and the Canadian wine industry. However, his daughter, Krista Lee McWaters, is now the general manager and at the helm. And she is just a shining star and a really beautiful inspiration and kind of that person who shows class and grace under fire. So I'm championing Time Winery, and this wine is quite beautiful. A lot of the same notes that you both talked about. This has some lemon curd on it and some zest, but in mine, I'm getting some honey for sure. It's got great acid. It's got this lingering, delicate sweetness. So for me personally, I would love to pair this with a poached halibut maybe and a really light butter sauce, even actually a fresh fruit salad. It's got that sweetness that could see it through. It's really delightful. And yeah, BC, I think Riesling, I think our plantings are going to start going up a little bit because we can do it really, really well.
Wow. Well, if you ask us what we love about Riesling, what would we all say? Everything. Everything. Because whether you want a light, crisp, dry wine or a full, sweet, rich wine, Riesling is the answer. There's no other grape that offers style diversity that Riesling does. And it also has the ability to pair with a multitude of cuisines, from fresh and spicy to light and rich dishes. We encourage you all to drink Riesling, no matter where it's from, How sweet or dry it is, the diversity of Riesling will please all palates. Please share your favorite Riesling with us in the comments. And we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on our future episodes. Cheers.
Cheers.